Good early morning, Lumineers, at least for the Eastern Coast. I have never gotten up like this and gotten on Facebook. I did wash my face, so it's a little bit shiny. It is 5:15 a.m. kind of Eastern Standard Time here in the States, and it is often that spirit wakes me up, you know, like hands on my shoulder, like, get up, Jamie, we're gonna do some work. And sometimes it's the raccoons out in my back porch, like making love, that wake me up. But why? Some of you are here. How are you guys up so early? and I thought to myself, well, my goal is that when spirit wakes me up, I get up. I don't try to sleep through it or create a dream around it and kind of say, this isn't fair, I need my rest. So that it's kind of the work behind the scenes that I do to keep aligned with Spirit's voice and with staying in that kind of communication and keeping my energy clean. Good morning. So I stay up after they wake me up and I normally clean my energy. And I like to clean my energy through a little simple thing like imagining I have a filter. So it's like a screen, but I make it out of white light. And I imagine it has like little handles and it's a big circle enough to go around the width of my shoulders. And I start at the top of my head and I pull it through my energy. And sometimes when I'm like full of a lot of words in my head and I'm not staying kind of clean with my thoughts, which means that I'm not, if I'm holding on to thoughts and carrying it with me and mulling it over or stuck in a vicious cycle, when I do my cleaning, it's like I have a hard time getting through my head. And sometimes just pulling that light through my head takes maybe 5 minutes or so. And then I get through the rest of my body, and then I imagine it dumping it out into the earth, and the earth absorbs it and recycles it. The earth is our best recycler. I know I've said that like 1,000 times, but it's so true. And so I do that. And if I'm clear of my thoughts and clear in my heart, which means I'm not just holding on to stuff, I can pull through that really quick, like maybe 30 seconds, sometimes 10 seconds. And I do that 3 times. And then I do it to the man sleeping next to me. And I clean his energy. And then I do like this mama monkey thing. And I go and I do it to my kids. But I'm laying in bed and I imagine them, how they're sleeping. And I pull that filter through them. And my intent for the filter is that it collects anything that's not needed, that we're carrying, that's not useful, that doesn't serve a purpose, doesn't connect to their higher self. And when I clean other people's energies, I ask their higher self first, hey, can I do this? And you get this kind of feeling, and you empaths out there, and clairvoyance and all of this, you clairs out there, you get it. You get this like, yeah, this is very accepting and this is an ease. So that's a yes, I'm going to move forward. And then sometimes when I go to like clean energy, like with my great grandmother, sometimes I go to clean her energy and she's like, nope, like don't touch me. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just leave her alone. And then I just say like very soothing or loving words around her. So I got through all of that. And then Spirit was like, okay, it's time to do it with the earth. Like, all right, I like to send light to the core of the earth and imagine that the earth is shining it out and that it's touching everybody's feet, every wheel of every car, every home's foundation, every insect, every animal, and then it goes to the trees and it goes into the atmosphere to every bird, butterfly, dragonfly, airplane, the people in the airplanes, the clouds, and so forth. And they were like, no, it's not what we're going to do. I was like, okay, I get you. And when I say spirit here in the morning, normally it's not my Maitland or Grace that kind of pal with me through the day, through my consciousness, through my work, at my office. This is like how do I explain it? It's like this higher voice or like a different kind of counsel. And I know it's more than one because I can sense and I can hear that it's male, female, androgynous, and they're kind of collectively sharing this information. And sometimes it kind of bleeds into a knowing, this clear cognizant, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm laying it out this way because I know that many of you Lumineers do this, and I hear this a lot in my sessions. You can hear my early morning voice in my sessions that you have this hint or this kind of like, I kind of thought it was that, or I knew it was that, and you start to doubt it. So I wonder what the world would be like if we grab those hints, those like deep kind of, I bet it's that. Not the light ones that fluff through your head where you're like, I know it's going to be this and I know it's going to be that, because our ego up here can really grab a hold of that and run with it. And then all of a sudden you've lost touch with your clair, with your sensitivity, and you're running from the ego instead of the deep inner knowing or feeling. So I get these feelings, these knowings, these deep things. And so it kind of vibes there and that. And they were like, okay, so now we're going to heal the earth, and we're going to do it using this filter thing, the filter thing that I was talking about, moving it through. I don't wiggle like that when I do it, and I don't know why I wiggle like that when I show it as an example. But besides the wiggle, to take a bright light around the earth, and remember, Lumineers, if you can imagine it, you can make it happen. When you imagine it, your energy responds to it. And I think I'm going to do a series of YouTube videos that show you how your energy moves when you're imagining it. Like I do this in my classes with the dowsing rods and with pendulums, and these are just instruments that can show you what the energy is doing as somebody is thinking, meditating, moving, doing yoga. So I'm going to pick some really cool examples and pull out the dowsing rods, and to show you that when you are thinking or imagining it, the energy is responding. So if we can imagine a white light around the earth, big, big, big like that, and then it's this filter, this thing, and you bring it into the earth, that means we're filtering the atmosphere, the airplanes, the people in the airplanes, anything in flight, all the trees, all the plants, all the animals, all the insects, all the people on earth, the homes, the material, the items that hold energy. Guys, your things hold energy. I'm in my things room at my house. I'm renovating the front bedroom to be like a craft and computer room in a way. They hold energy. So it'll pull that energy, it'll filter it, pull out anything unused, unwanted, unneeded at that time, not serving higher purpose, and it'll take it to the core of the earth. And again, the earth is an amazing recycler. And she's going to take all the energy that's being filtered and move it. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And I said, so are we doing this just to help? And Spirit said, no, we're doing this to help alleviate the worry in this world. There's so much worry in this world right now, guys, that it is weighing the sensitives down. You HSPs, all you clairs, you luminaires, your empathics, is weighing us down, and we're waking up and just going, man, I feel wacky and I can't focus and I can't move like this. Like, what the hell is happening? So we can now be of service. This is our time to show what it's like to live the lifestyle of being respectful to energy, to people's needs. This is our time to rise to the occasion and help with educating people of, well, it's not really educating. Let me take that back, because I really do believe people know this, but get caught in this rat race and the belief that our career or our financial success is the goal of this existence rather than the joy of the life of it and being connected to how we feel and how we care for humanity, for the earth, for animals. Um, we're getting kind of looped and stuck in that situation. And this corona vacation that we're all getting is really helping us rewire our priorities. And I feel like the majority of us on earth, though, are kind of getting a little tweaked with the holy shit, what's happening? Like, this could be so bad. What if, what if, what if? And this what if thing is putting you into a forward state thinking and a risk assessment and a survival mode. And guys, this doesn't have to be survival mode. This can be caring mode for us. So we're going to, right now at least, I don't know if you're going to choose to do this every day, but I clean my energy every day, and I'm definitely going to take this on every day as we go through coronavirus and probably beyond. Clean the earth's energy and help alleviate the anxiety, fear, and worry that's stuck everywhere. So if you want to join me, I would love that. I'm going to look at the chat thread really fast. You guys are so awesome. Oh, it's good evening from Australia. Oh, Luminaires, that's where you guys are. This is fantastic. Yeah, it's so early. I haven't had coffee, nothing. I put on an old sweatshirt and I washed my face, pulled my hair back, and I came into this really overwhelming renovated room. It's going to be a great exercise. Hi, Detroit. Jerry, you're up so early. New Zealand. Who's this? Hey, Rachel. Some people who can't sleep in California. Super early there for you. 2:30. Let's have some good warm water. Some people think that's gross. I love warm water. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Anita. You guys are awesome. Fabiana, we create with B2 tools our intention with our energy, tweaking our vibration, that is our energy, to be or to do where we want. Yes, intent, energy, name of the game. Hi, Steve. You're up early too. Kate Upson, HSPs, highly sensitive people. It's kind of the Western word for the clairs. So clairs meaning clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsensitive, claircognizant, and there's also a clair for smelling and for tasting, but I don't remember those. And if it resonates with you, being sensitive, go research the HSPs. That's going to give you some language to be able to talk to your family and your friends about how you process and what you do. It's really good. Yep, Steve even called it higher sense perception, but it's highly sensitive people. Oh, Rika, the tense worry gets me. I had to escape my summer house in the woods next to a lake. She had to escape to her summer house. Ooh, if I had one of those, I'd be there. Rob, it's in the middle of my night. It is. Well, no, it's in the early morning, but we're good. You guys are so beautiful for being here. I was watching, I was actually at Disney World a little while ago with my friend Peter Lombardi, and we were at the Hall of Presidents, and we were watching, the presentation. He'd never been to it, and I thought, you're crazy, you got to do this. And so we went there. Jackie, you're up in Alpharetta. Hey! And we went to the Hall of Presidents, and our President Kennedy came up, and he was like, did his speech. They recorded it and they played it, and he was like, ask not what you can do for your country. No, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I turned and I looked at him and I said, I know what I can do for my country. I can help them understand energy more. I think that's going to be so valuable for us. And so we had this little epiphany, and I felt very serving, which is a really good feeling. And then lo and behold, all this goes down, and I'm like, I can do this for my country. Like I'm some warrior. I'm not, but I want people to feel good and safe within their own skin and safe in their home and on their land. Like, this is something we can all rise to the occasion. Gina, North Carolina. I couldn't wake up yesterday. Now I know why. Now I'm up. Great ideas. You inspire me. Thank you, Gina. I love you. Ireland. Hey, Teresa. And Denmark. You guys are representing. Emma. Hey. And Sweden. Oh my God, you guys are warming my heart. I am so happy that I decided to get up and get on the computer. Spirit is normal, like 5 a.m. Jamie, get up, and I lay there and I just do meditations and healing and set my intent for the day, and I will use like a whole hour, and then I get up at 6 and just kind of do the house stuff. But to be able to share it with you is so special, guys. This is incredible. I'm not alone out there when it's waking up early. And Finland, hi Diana. And just to be able to like have a community online like this where we can share, listen, collaborate. Okay, so if you're with me, we're going to take like maybe 3 minutes if you would like. And you can always come back to this, but it's super easy to remember. So when Spirit wake me up, and they're like, okay, here we're going to do this. I set my intent, and this is my intent. And I say this every time before I do any energy work, meditation, healing, my psychic readings, all that. So, Father, Mother, God, thank you for surrounding me with a golden white light of love and protection. I call upon my angels, my friends, my guides, my relatives, my masters to come forward and support me in the work that I am doing. So now this next phrase, I tweak this to match what I'm doing. I ask that you support me and help clarify my work in filtering the energy of anxiety, worry, and fear from the earth and allowing the earth to recycle it. Then I give thanks. You can say thank you. I say ahoma takwasam, and it's a Lakota Native American Indian word, which means I lay all my relations of who I am at your feet. Ahoma takwasam. It's one of my favorite words in the whole world. So then I get focused. I like to close my eyes. So I'm going to talk out loud as I do it. So I have my team present. I'm surrounded in a protective white light. Protection to me also means filter, because I'm not the end-all be-all of my knowledge. I know there's stuff out there I don't know. And so there might be vibrations that I need that I could be like blocking away. So my protection is of that I know doesn't serve me. I'm keeping it at bay. But if Spirit Team knows of a vibration that I could use to process the work that I'm about to do, bring it on. So protected, bring it on. So here we go. I'm now imagining that there is a bright, white, thick light around the earth. And if you're having a hard time imagining it, because again, imagination links to energy and it actually moves energy. You can think of a white balloon. You can think of like any other kind of latex. You can think of kind of a sunlight around the earth, but it's shining in. And if you want, if the earth is way too big for you, you can pull your perspective back. Make the earth kind of that you're sitting on smaller and smaller and pull your perspective out into space. And you can come away from it and make the earth in front of you. You make it even 6 inches in diameter. Just pull it in so you can surround it with the white light. And then with your team, with your imagination, with your focus in your head, pull the white light in. And know as you're pulling it in, it's coming through atmosphere, clouds, airplanes, people, anything in flight. It's coming to the top of the trees, in the Amazon, through the skyscrapers in like Dubai, just everything. And it's coming down closer to the ground. And as it's doing this, this light is filtering and pulling and collecting and grabbing like the greatest vacuum or Hoover you could ever imagine, and sucking up and holding all this energy that we don't need, that's not serving us, that's not helping us in our journey to higher love, higher vibrations, higher existence, and just collecting it and bringing it closer in through the tops of the soil of the earth, past all the roads, past the sidewalks, into the top layer of the oceans, and just pulling the energy down closer and closer into the depths of the ocean, past the rivers, the roots of the trees, pushing it down into the core of the earth, into the fire, into the heat of the earth, and allowing that to kind of burn up the vibrations that the earth doesn't need and be able to recycle it to her life. Give some kindness and some love to yourself. And come back to me. So important to give some kindness and some love to yourself. As Luminaires, I'll tell you, if I slow down for a hot second and I start thinking or feeling all the anxiety and the worry, I'm like in instant tears. I've had so many times people asking me, are you okay? Checking in with me, are you okay? Like, I'm doing fine. I'm awake. I'm awake during this, and I'm actually excited for this like revolution of people remembering why they're alive and remembering the care for other people's lives. That to me is like mind-blowing. But then I start to process all this like angst. It's like, no, it's not what it's about. Like, I made an accident yesterday and I introduced myself and I threw out my hand and I shook the woman's hand, and my neighbor next to me went, what are you doing? Stop! And it was just like this, because I had shook someone's hand. I kept a respectful distance, but this thing inside of me, this lack of touch, this lack of like a physical compassion, is so hard for me to adhere to as we do this social distancing for our Corona vacation. Because vacations, they end, and so it's easier for me to wrap my head around it, and plus I'm going to have a good time as this is all going down, so it's not a coronavirus to me, it's Corona vacation. And the panic that this woman sent to me, like, I carried it for a little while and I was like, wait a second, I did not make a mistake by shaking her hand. I'm clean. I know I don't have a fever. I'm being responsible. I've done all the precautions. But if I had a fever and I put myself outside and I was shaking somebody's hand, I think I would be just turning over. I would hardly forgive myself. But, I know that I'm healthy. But it was such a thing to process. So that is what I woke up with today. I wanted to share it with you. That's our little 3 to 5 minute filter pull that white light. White light is the highest vibration. It possesses all the other vibrations of energy in our 3D world that we're working with and that we need. And so because it resonates really high, it can collect kind of denser and these unwanted energies. And imagine it like sticky. And it can collect it and it can change its vibrations. So we're doing like a vibration manipulation as we're doing this filtered clean energy. Karen, thank you. This is what the world needs right now. Thank you for sharing your gift without expecting anything in return. That is nice, Karen. Thank you. Guys, I just can't say it enough. You make my dreams come true by being here. I want nothing more than just to share this crazy world that I experience. I know that so many of us experience it this way, and I want to normalize it. We are not alone, and that was like the nicest thing, Karen. How often per day? Once a day. You could do it in the morning or at night, and set your intent. Umi figured out that I'm in here talking to you guys. Sending love, sending you guys love. All of you who watch this, whether live or whether it's just a little bit later, just surrounding you. You want to see if he wants to say hi? I'm in my paint clothes because now I'm going to paint this room. Lumi, give up. I don't know how to open this door yet, but in the future, I'm sure he will. Valerie, I love you so much too. And I mean it when I say it, guys. And it is not going to turn off, not even past this body when I transition. When Rika says, will they make the world a better place? I mean, I have to stop and think. We have time to think. We have time to consciously think in the moment. This isn't going to be retrospect thinking or I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't thinking. Yes, this whole corona vacation is slowing us down and forcing us back into getting to our roots and not in the rat race. This is one of the beautiful things that's happening from this. Welcome, Sherry. Hi, Chrissy. How to help others shift from fear. This is a great way to help others shift from fear. But if you're hearing a lot from them, like your neighbor friend, then listening is the best and repeating what they say. Just repeat what they say so that they can be acknowledged. You don't have to buy into it by any means, and you can absolutely share that's not my perspective. Like when my neighbor freaked out, I turned and I looked at her and I said, yes, I do remember, and I am so sorry that I did that when I reached out and shook hands to a third party. And my neighbor looked at me and she goes, it's so hard to remember this. And I was like, it is. I'm having a hard time. And she was like, yes. And so it was a great conversation. And I know why I was wide awake. Oh, thank you, Shannon. It's so good to see you. Another North Carolina shout out. Angelisa, I think Spirit is interfering with the live stream. Oh no, really? I hope not. All right, you guys. Maybe I'll let you get back to your day. Ahoma Takwasan. I lay all my relations at your feet. I feel so moved. Can you hear it, my voice? Oh, here's one cat. This is Aloha. Say hi, Lolo. You never get to see her. She's a traditional cat. She lied. Sinan from Texas. Yay, Texas. Chrissy, Australia has suffering for months, finding it really hard to stay positive. I know. My heart really goes out to Australia and all the places that I've been suffering such great transitions. It's just a place to breathe. You're right. It's hard to stay. But guys, this is the best work to be doing. This is a discipline I can sign on. It's breaking up now. I love you guys. Bye.